Good morning, everyone. I am so happy that you are here with us this morning. This is our second week in our series of Proverbs. But before we get into our lesson, I want you to get up on your feet, get ready. We are going to be singing some praises to the Lord.
Ruth 1:16 says, "Where you go, I will go. Where you stay, I will stay. Your people will be my people, and your God, my God." All your ways are good, all your ways are sure. I will trust in you alone, higher than my sight, high above my life. I will trust in you alone. I give you my feet to go your way. I give you my eyes to see as you see. And I give you my tongue to speak your words. My life is in your hands, and Lord, I will follow you all of my days. Where you go, I'll go. Where you stay, I'll stay. When you move, I'll move. I will follow you. Who you love, I'll love. How you serve, I'll serve. If this life I lose, I will follow you. Where you go, I'll go. Where you stay, I'll stay. When you move, I'll move. I will follow you. Who you love, I'll love. How you serve, I'll serve. If this life I lose, I will follow.
It is traditions time. This is our second week with Proverbs 3, 5 through 6. So let's say it all together. Here we go. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Do not depend on your own understanding. Seek His will in all you do, and He will show you which path to take. Proverbs 3, 5, and 6. Okay, so for today's challenge, I want you to be walking on the wise side by saying your verse and cruising around while you're being filmed. Go ahead and send that to me at 909-767-9314. And remember, when I have gotten 5 of those from you, I will send you a gift card to get some ice cream. Who wouldn't want that? I can't wait to see your videos.
Psalms, Proverbs, and parables too. We're talking about the wisdom here for you. Every book, every page, every storyline of poetry, history, inspired divine. Wisdom for life, for every day. Wisdom for your soul as you're making your way through the tough times. You gotta trust your God. Through the good times, you gotta trust your God. Main man David had a son, the chosen one to rule the kingdom. Had a lot of fun, gained some wisdom. The mighty, mighty King Solomon. God offered him a gift, any wish, any need, but he made me wise to help me lead. A man famous for his wisdom worldwide. I'm reading his proverbs to walk on the wise side. Psalms, Proverbs, and parables too. We're talking about the wisdom here for you. Every book, every page, every storyline of poetry, history, inspired divine. Wisdom for life, for every day. Wisdom for your soul as you're making your way through the tough times. You gotta trust your God. Through the good times, you gotta trust your God. Some proverbs you understand from the start, like to trust in the Lord with all of your heart. While others take a little longer, like a dog throwing up. Now that makes you ponder. But if you take the time and apply your mind, so much knowledge and wisdom your heart will find. So read it often and watch your life grow. As God waters the seed of wisdom you sow. Psalms, Proverbs, and parables too. We're talking about the wisdom here for you. Every book, every page, every storyline of poetry, history, inspired divine. Wisdom for life, for every day. Wisdom for your soul as you're making your way through the tough times. You gotta trust your God. Through the good times, you gotta trust your God.
The book of Proverbs gives us a lot of advice, except advice isn't always good. There is some bad advice. I have some friends who have given me bad advice before, but I also have some good advice, like you, Miss Lori, who have given me really good advice. So we're gonna be both be saying a couple classic pieces of advice you just give to friends. And we're gonna say that in one situation it's good, but in a different situation, it can be pretty bad. You wanna read the first one?
Yeah, let's do the first one. So the first one is, whatever you do, always give 100%. You've heard that.
Yes.
Absolutely, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, the good advice is, if you wanna work hard,
Give 100%.
give 100%.
Bad advice if you're donating blood. Don't give all of it away.
Not good, yeah.
No.
All right, so the next one, early bird catches the worm.
I hear this one a lot.
Oh my gosh, how many of you haven't heard that from your parents?
My dad. Oh.
Yep, but it's good advice if you're a bird.
It's bad advice if you're the worm.
Yeah, it is. They wouldn't think it was such a great idea.
So don't say that to a worm. It might hurt his feelings.
Yeah. All right, so here's another one. It's a marathon, not a sprint.
Okay, that's generally good advice. You gotta pace yourself. You gotta.
Yeah.
Right?
So it's good advice definitely if you're running a marathon.
It's bad advice if you're running a sprint.
All right, okay. So let's see. I think we have 2 more here, I think.
Okay.
All right.
You want me to read one?
Sure, go for it.
All right. Break the ice.
Okay, yeah. So the good advice if you're meeting new people.
Yeah, you want to break the ice, be able to get comfortable with them, hang out, right?
Right.
But it'll also be bad advice if you're ice skating.
Oh,
Don't
you
break
wouldn't
the
want
ice.
that would be cold. All right, so there's one more. You want to read it?
Sure thing. Keep an open mind.
Keep an open mind.
Good advice?
Yeah, that's a good advice, especially if you're learning something new.
Yeah, if you want to learn new things, you gotta open your mind a little bit. It's bad advice if you're getting brain surgery.
Oh, yeah, that's
No,
not a good
don't
idea.
don't keep that mind open. You want to close it up a little bit.
Yeah,
after
don't
you're
want to
done
keep it
surgery.
open, absolutely. So I think, as silly as we're being here with everything, we can trust that in the book of Proverbs, that there is really good advice.
Yeah, there's some truth in there.
Absolutely, there is truth. But sometimes, in the real world, people and different, things can give you bad advice. So we have to really pay attention to what God has for us and follow how He's leading us.
The book of Proverbs tells us about 2 different women. It gives us 2 imaginary women that demonstrate good advice and bad advice. Lady Wisdom gives us a good advice from God, but then Lady Folly teaches us foolishness and shows us foolish advice that we don't want to follow, okay? So she also gives us a couple examples, such as in Proverbs 9:13 through 17. Solomon writes as if he was Lady Folly, and he says, "Stolen water is sweet. Food eaten in secret is delicious," by which he means that it's foolish to steal food or steal water. It's foolish to hoard it for yourself and to be greedy. So we got to figure out how to choose between Lady Folly's advice and Lady Wisdom's advice. And we can do that by using the book of Proverbs, where Solomon writes about these 2 women and how to figure out whose advice is whose. Whose advice are we supposed to follow? And Lady Wisdom, she takes us on the good path that leads us to life and towards the purpose that God has for us. In story time, in just a minute, we're going to show an example of King Solomon talking with another one of his friends, Hiram, the king of Tyre. However, we're going to modernize it a little bit and show what it would be like if they had cell phones and were able to text each other. And since they're best friends, we want to show how best friends can encourage one another and give good advice in their conversations. Hey, King Hiram, how's life in Tyre? Heard you've got some epic cedar trees over there.
Yep, they're pretty great. How's life in Jerusalem? Seems like God has given you some rest from those haters lately. You still planning on building that temple?
LOL, about that. Any chance you could help me out with some wood from those cedars? The peeps on your side of the ocean are way better at cutting timber, and I need a lot for my new temple.
For sure, bro. I'll get my guys on that right away. We'll give you as much as you want. #blessed.
Cool, thanks man. How you gonna get all that timber over here?
Call them out upon the waters. LOL. JKs. But really, once you've hauled all of those logs from the Lebanon, we can put them on some rafts and float them across the Mediterranean Sea to you. Hey, King Saul, thanks for all the food. The people of my household are well fed, and the wheat and olive they've got for days.
Wheat and olive oil for years. Expect a fresh delivery every year in return for keeping the temple building well stocked with timber. Thank you, friend.
BFFs for life. So that was so cool to see those 2 kings kind of building a friendship.
Yeah.
And, even though it was kind of like present time with texting.
Yeah, we know it's not real.
I know. But that is what's important, is when we're selfless and we help each other out with the things that we have that we can share with other people, right?
Exactly. It's important to build these great friendships with others, right? Because the friendships you build, the good ones are going to lead you towards good things. They're going to guide you in the right direction, right? These good friends.
Absolutely.
But you could also have friendships that lead you in the wrong direction. And that's why you got to be careful about the friendships that you build. And the book of Proverbs can help us decide what kind of friendships we want to build, right?
Right. And what kind of advice we want to follow from our friends.
Exactly.
Yeah, so right now, take a moment, check out this video that's just going to give a recap of everything we just talked about.
To be a real king, a great ruler, and a guide, a man must be just and wise and strong. And Solomon was that man. People came from lands near and far to hear the wisdom of this great king. His father David had been a great fighter, and so God had not allowed him the honour of building a temple. Solomon, the young king, whose very name meant peace, was given that task, but he couldn't rule Israel and build the temple on his own. So Solomon appointed officials and governors to help him. Hiram, the king of Tyre, was a friend to Solomon. Solomon sent word to him saying, "Can you help me? I need wood from the cedar trees in Lebanon, and we know no one as skilled as the people in your land who can cut the timber." Hiram sent word back to Solomon, "Of course, my men will provide all the logs you want and haul them from Lebanon, float them across the Mediterranean Sea on rafts for you." Solomon had to build good friendships. He had to work with others. Listen to what he wrote about friendships in the book of Proverbs. In Proverbs 13:20, "Walk with the wise and become wise, for a companion of fools suffers harm." And in Proverbs 18:24, "One who has unreliable friends soon comes to ruin, but there is a friend who sticks closer than a brother." Proverbs 17:17, "A friend loves at all times, and a brother is born for a time of adversity." As often happens, however, he built some bad friendships. God had forbidden Solomon to follow other gods. He didn't keep the Lord's command, and he married many women who worshipped statues instead of the one true God. Solomon's heart turned away from God, and his wives led him astray. You may not feel like it right now, but God has a mission for your life as well, and he doesn't want you to do it on your own. You need others around you, great friends to celebrate with you when things go well, and help you out when times are tough. A great friendship doesn't just happen on its own. We are wise when we build great friendships. God's word gives us wisdom for life.
Remember, during the intro, I talked about the two different women in the book of Proverbs, Lady Folly and Lady Wisdom. And we want to be following Lady Wisdom in the advice that she gives. So one of the passages that she says is found in Proverbs 8:4-11. I read, "I am calling out to each one of you. Good sense and sound judgment can be yours. Listen, because what I say is worthwhile and right. I always speak the truth and refuse to tell a lie. Every word I speak is honest. No one is misleading or deceptive. If you have understanding, you will see that my words are just and what you need. Let instruction and knowledge mean more to you than silver or the finest gold. Wisdom is worth more than precious jewels or anything else that you can desire." So we have the choice to make friends with either Lady Folly or Lady Wisdom. It's up to you to choose. And it makes a big difference in our lives at which path we follow. So today, we'll learn to walk on the wise side. And we are wise when we build great friendships. We'll see you guys next week.